What is up, everybody? This is Omegabalmung here, of course, with another comic book pickups of the week. Of course, every week I do some comic book pickups. They are usually new comic books. Fortunately, this week I didn't get a chance to go to a free comic book date. I had class this day, so by the time I was done with class, I was way too too exhausted. So I wasn't able to go, but hopefully I can catch it next year. So I'll be super excited about that. But anyways, too bad about that. I don't have any other free comic books to show off or anything like that. So all I got is just the new comic books from Wednesday. So anyways, let's get started here with the comic book pickups of the week. I'm going back into my old, or I tried it a few times with my little bit notebook here of all the comic books I read this week, with some other little things like that, like writers, artists, and things like that, because I think it's just cool to kind of know these names and, you know, give them props for what they do and all that. So the best way to do that is really just by either you're just, you know, saying their name and things like that, knowing their names. That stuff is kind of, you know, something like I like to say something, you know. If somebody knew my name, I would be like, oh my gosh, even one person or two people who watch these videos knew my name. I'd be super excited about that. But anyways, let's get started here with the second issue of Red 1. This is from Image Comics. If you can see, I don't have my little stand thing because I just think that I had to get one that's more upright, so these could actually kind of go up more right. Those are kind of further down, so it kind of goes like this. You can't really see too much. Fortunately, my lights doesn't help either. So, but like I said, Red 1 from Image Comics, written by Xavier Dorson and art by Terry Dotson. I'm a big fan of Terry. He's always been this art is usually pretty cool. I like the the way he draws ladies and women, and you know I just like how he draws. But this is pretty cool stuff. It's kind of like a weird mix of like superhero, I guess that's what she is. A Russian superhero who's kind of came over to the U.S. I don't really know what her plan or their plan is yet. They have some kind of scheme going on, but anyway, she's kind of here. She's kind of doing her thing. She kind of wears this suit around, so it's kind of like race car type of suit around, and she kind of fights crime. And I don't remember what they were called that she was fighting against, but she kind of met her match a bit. So we'll see how that happens. It just ends like that. So we'll see what happens at the the next issue, because like I said, she's pretty powerful. She could beat people up. She could beat a lot of people up. And now she's kind of met her match against one person, so we'll see how that goes. Next up is, of course, from DC Comics, Superman, issue 40. Of course, this one's written and I think art by John Romita Jr. So pretty cool stuff. He started like what, issue 30. So it's been a few issues in that he's done a lot of the artwork, and I guess he's written it too. But this one, you have Superman kind of trying to figure out what his solar power vision, deal is. He's, kind of just trying to figure out what causes it, how to activate it, what happens when he uses it. He knows what happens already, but what happens, he's trying to time all these things together. And then you have the Justice League trying to help him, or he asks the Justice League to help him with, figuring out what the problem is, and now he's done some pretty funny stuff. They test him, by dropping this big old like lead, I don't know, something on him, and trying to see how strong he is. They beat him up. They're just beating him up. They're they're shooting him with guns to see if he has his powers back. He does, but he's he's pretty much the sole issue is him just trying to figure out what is his power doing to him, how to use the power, how to do things like that. So how to probably try to avoid using it, or try to figure out different ways of using it. Maybe using it in bursts instead of a full charge. Maybe that's what's going to be happening next. We'll see what happens. Next up is one of my favorite books. There's not going to be a top 3 this week, so I might have to X that out. But next up is Convergence, issue 1 of Shazam. I love it. Written by Jeff Parker, art by Evan Doc Shanner, and colored by Jordi Belair, because I love the color in this book. I love it. Of course, you have every Convergence book starts out with your heroes having no power because of the dome, and this one has the Marvel family there. They have no power, so there's kind of just kids running around trying to solve things. And of course, it looks cool. I love the artwork to that. I love the way the colors are looking. You have the old school artwork of Shazam or Captain Marvel back then. But it's pretty cool. You have kind of like, it's almost like a kid book too, because they're fighting against characters that are kind of kiddish. So it's pretty funny stuff. But anyways, I would recommend this book. It was just fun, a fun read. I love it so much. Next up is, of course, another. These are a lot of them are going to be Convergence books. Maybe I'll just group them all together, make it a little bit easier. Maybe actually no, we won't, because I'll put my book in order, out of order here. Next up is Convergence, Infinity Inc., issue 1, by Jerry Ordway and art by Ben Caldwell. You have the Infinity Inc. here, of course. They just don't have any of the powers as usual, and pretty much you kind of just go through their whole scene there of finding out what to do. You have Jade here, who's the Green Lantern character here. I think she's Green Lantern. I don't remember. I think she is a Green Lantern. But anyways, she doesn't. She's kind of just struggling to live that life because and most of them are like that because. But there's a few other characters who love it because they're kind of, their powers are a little bit different from everybody else's, and they're back to normal now. So some of them struggle with it, some of them don't, and that's pretty much how these books are usually centered about these heroes who now they used to be almighty, strong, super fast, super powerful, and now they don't have any powers. How do they cope with that? And it's pretty cool stuff. Next up is Convergence, Detective Comics, issue 1 by Len Wein and art by Mike Soski and Sid Green. This is pretty cool stuff. You have, I think it is what's that called? Which Superman is that? The one that landed on in Russia. Anyways, I'm blanking out here. Just watch the Mayweather and Pacquiao fight. It is pretty late. And I'm blanking out here. Red Sun Superman, which is, of course, the Superman that landed in Russia, which is kind of weird because there's another one. The last Convergence book, or Convergence title, has another Red Sun Superman, which is, I don't know if they're the same one. Maybe not, because they're. Anyways, this one's about Helena Wayne, which is pretty much the Huntress, and Dick, who's Robin. So, and of course they're going around. You also have the Red Sun Superman, and they kind of duke it out. Robin doesn't want to find him because I think pretty sure Robin's like, yeah, he looks like Superman. He's probably stronger than Superman. I won't bother. I just want to talk. But Helena herself is kind of hot-headed, so she tries to blow up Superman, and things kind of goes from there. So we'll see what happens next in the next issue. So next up is Silk, issue 3, from Marvel, of course, written by Robbie Thompson and art by Stacy Lee. This one is kind of pretty cool. You have a Silk here fighting against, I don't remember what that villain's name is, but he's kind of hired by Black Cat, and Silk is kind of, either she's very distracted about something, or she's kind of met her match a bit, but Silk is getting, pounded by the villain pretty bad, so it was a bad scene, and she was just getting beaten up pretty bad, but I think she was just a little bit distracted with a lot of her personal life and things like that. So you do see Black Cat in here. Wasn't she getting an issue? I don't remember, but like I said, Black Cat is pretty much out there trying to destroy every Spider character in the Spider-Man universe, starting with Spider-Man, and then now Silk, and who knows who she's going to go after, so we'll see what happens there. Next up is Convergence issue 4. Writer, oh my gosh, I forgot to put the writer in here. Unfortunately, I don't know what I was thinking, but I must have zoned out when I was reading this, but of course this one has, and then I wrote down their names too. Telos is the guy who's made by Brainiac, that he says is made by Brainiac, and he's doing all this kind of big old event, Convergence event. Then you got Deimos, who's this guy here, the guy that I was talking about last episode, where he's kind of like this sorcerer type character. I don't know, maybe. But we figure out that it's really Deimos that was trying to do something. He's trying to awaken maybe Brainiac from a different universe, because at the end it showed like this thing, this portal that opened up, and it was like a big old Brainiac head. And now he's the bad guy, I guess. I don't know. Next up is Conan and Red Sonja. Love it. I think it's the end of this. Maybe it's just this arc, but hopefully it's not the book. I'm a big fan of the Conan and Red Sonja because they're just so powerful together. Looks freaking awesome. Written by Gail Simone and Jim Zub. I don't know who was the artist, but anyways, this ends the arc to the Age of Death arc. If you remember, Red Sonja and Conan were fighting against the sorcerer who was kind of put them pitted against each other, and now, of course, spoiler alert, they do kill him in a weird kind of way. She kind of like lied about killing Conan, and Conan threw the little thing at him and stabbed him, and then they fight this giant beast thingy, and then they kill it, and then that's pretty much it. But like I said, I'm a big fan of this, the dynamic between Conan and Red Sonja, and hopefully this is not the last book. Hopefully it's just an arc that's done, and we can go to a different arc and do something else. Maybe we'll see some more pirates. I love that part. I think it was issue 2, I think so, where they're on the ship, and that was pretty cool stuff. So next up is another Convergence book from DC Comics. This one is Convergence. I didn't even show you guys. Did I show you guys this, Conan? Man, I need to find a better light for this because it's just all shadow. Next up is, of course, Action Comics. Convergence Action Comics from Justin Gray and art by Claude Saint Ubin. If I'm saying they're wrong, sorry, I slaughter names, that's what I do. But this one is a little bit weird. Like I said, this one had, the Red Sun Superman in here too, which is kind of a little different than the other one. Maybe it's just the way the artist is drawn, but this kind of follows around Power Girl a bit. It started out with Red Sun Superman, and then it kind of moved on to Power Girl. You know how Power Girl is. Like I said, a lot of the books are like that. It's just they kind of cope with what they or what they used to have, and they kind of miss that. Something do, something don't. So pretty cool stuff. Then of course the last one is from Inhumans from Marvel. Inhumans issue 14, written by Charles Soule and art by Andre Araujo. Inhumans is a pretty cool book. I feel like it's kind of a little bit weird because you got the Inhumans, and then you got Inhumans, and we'll see how that works out. I kind of just read through this one really quick. I didn't get a chance to really kind of dig down, but we do see some pretty funky stuff going on. So we'll see how that happens. There's this big old war that's happening in against Medusa, so she's trying to stop this. I forgot what that guy's name was. I probably should have written that down, but I failed this week. Fun finals for me, so that's the reason why I'm failing a lot this week. Not from the finals, but from other things. But anyways, that is pretty much it for comic book pickups of the week. I'm going to be pretty busy for the next week or two, maybe even 3. I got finals next week. We'll see how that rolls out. If I want to go to the comic book store, maybe I will go to the comic book store, but I won't do a video. The look out for a Chroma Squad video. I'm just going to do some, just like my Omega Quintet video, with just some gameplay, talk about the gameplay and things like that. I'm going to try to do that with Chroma Squad. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube and things like that. You can go to Steam. I'm pretty sure everybody who owns a computer has Steam. It is a pretty cool concept of the game. Like I said, if you're a big fan of if you were born in the 90s or late 80s, I was born in the late 80s. I grew up with Power Rangers, and that's what it is. It's Sentai Rangers, who are, but instead of playing as, you do play as them, but you're trying to build this audience. You run these shows and you gotta hit these marks that they give you, and these, you gotta do all this stuff to hit audience. That's how you get money to get better sets, more iron, get better armor for your characters and things like that. And then it's based on this, a strategy RPG games where you move your characters in tiles. So it's pretty cool stuff. Look out for that. And then the following week after that, after next week, is Anime Central, which I am going. I'm going to take this camera that I'm shooting in and look, take some videos and things like that. So I'm super excited for that. Going down to Illinois for that, so it's about a 6-hour drive from here. So I'm not usually a guy who travels a lot, so fortunately it's fun. I'm just going to have fun, try to buy a bunch of stuff, come back with a bunch of statues, figures, and things like that. Do more videos on. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy the video, quick video, or kind of quick video of my comic book picks of the week. And hopefully I'll see you guys next week. If I don't, I'll see you guys in like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks for your comic book pickups of the week.